Good evening and grand uprising. This is my commentary to what's left of the United States and its leader. Your government is completely delusional. When I hear propaganda claiming that American citizenship is the greatest gift, that's a massive stretch when hundreds of other nations provide far more for their people than your two-party system ever will. They enjoy lower taxes and basic essential services like universal health care, universal education, a universal basic income, and or livable wages. Meanwhile, what's left of the United States has completely failed to deliver. Either the administration, both sides genuinely don't care, or they're utterly incapable. And it will never happen underneath a two-party government, ever. And when they have the conversation about vetting and worrying who runs the teleprompters, that's laughable. But when you have a president convicted of 37 felonies sitting in your Oval Office, give me a break. As for the war, your country should never have been involved. You were clearly the aggressor, your military. Everyone can see that with their own eyeballs, unless they choose to keep them closed. They are funneling about $40 million every day into a foreign conflict, while your own veterans and citizens and non-citizens alike are forced to sleep in cars, in cardboard boxes, in tents, and beneath bridges. In 2026, a military budget should have long since transitioned into a direct aid for struggling nations like Cuba, Haiti, Congo, and Gaza. And it's a damn shame that the rest of the world just sits back and allows whatever is left of the United States to operate globally with what seems to be like a free reign to do whatever the hell it wants. To claim this country is wealthier is again laughable. Wealthier for whom? Certainly not the millions of citizens living in those boxes. It's a disgrace. A goddamn disgrace. And of course, your leader had to bring up the men and women's sports, which affects 0.02% of the population. It isn't even a federal government issue. That's a local issue for the sports organizations themselves to handle. And then he goes on to brag about a tax credit. Let's be clear. That is a delayed credit you only see if you file at the end of the year. It's not an immediate relief. Those are crumbs thrown to the peasants. But my absolute favorite is when the DNC and the RNC start crying about outside nations hacking and influencing your elections. Both of these corrupt parties have spent my entire lifetime oppressing, suppressing, and suing unaffiliated and third candidates off the ballot, even after those candidates jump through every hurdle to get the signatures just for the privilege of being listed. When your leaders use monikers like free and fair, they have no clue what that even means. The voting system is archaic. The leader is delusional, disconnected, and blaming China and Russia for the very meddling both parties do here locally every single election. But let me be clear. China, Russia, and Iran are not our adversaries. The only true adversary we face is the own corrupt two-party government. They are the domestic threat to what's left of this nation's population. This speech was nothing more than what I'd expect from a disconnected, unpopular, 80-year-old convicted felon of a president. One who is just as corrupt as the other side he constantly complains about. If you made it this far, thank you for listening. If this found you on your algorithm, join one of our lives and ask questions and support us however you can. We are moving forward. Thank you.